Before you start the process of winterizing your camper, you're going to want to be sure to empty out your freshwater tank. So you can see mine right here. There's a valve there. You just untwist it, and that should be a low point on your tank. So you'll just drain the whole tank from that valve there. First step is going to be draining your hot water heater and making sure that your city water connection is disconnected. So you can see here our city water is disconnected, and we'll come over to our hot water heater. It's most likely going to look like this. Open it up, and then what you'll do is, this tank is actually already empty, but you'll take out this screw here. It should be a plastic, or if you have an older camper, it'll be a metal nut, and you'll pull that out, and then all the water from your hot water heater will drain out. This is not my specific camper because mine has a tankless hot water heater, or an instant hot water heater. So we'll go ahead and go inside mine and show you how to drain those. So on a tankless hot water heater, what it's going to look like is you're going to have your inlet and your outlet. What you're going to do is there should be a little knob on the side. You'll see right here. Just twist that knob open, and it's going to let whatever residual water is in the hot water heater out through this access hole right here, which you can see there wasn't very much in there to begin with. So we can go ahead and put that back. Now with a tankless hot water heater, this is what it looks like. What you're going to want to do is it's suggested to run a little bit of the antifreeze through here because you're going to have all these little coils. It kind of looks like your car radiator. All these little coils that you're going to want a little bit of antifreeze in there just in case there is a little bit of water trapped in there somewhere. Once your hot water heater is drained, you can take your bypass. You need to bypass the water heater so that you're not sending, if you have the traditional style water heater, you don't want to be sending any of that antifreeze through there because you're going to have to fill up the whole tank before it'll come back out. So you'll have a shutoff on the inlet, which is this one down here, and then the outlet, which is this one here on the top. So we have both of these closed. It should be in a U shape, and then we'll need to open the other one, which is on the back side of our pipe back here. So now it'll run through the pipe. We'll go ahead and go on the outside and show you what we just did. So here on the outside, we're just in our storage compartment underneath the bedroom of our camper, the front bedroom. You can see here, this is our valve that we opened up. So the water will come through this line, go up and bypass and go to all of our other accessories in our camper. It won't go to the hot water heater. Once our water heater is bypassed, we need to locate our water pump, which can be in many different places. You can see ours is right here. And near that, typically campers will have this siphon hose, which looks like this. And what it is it's just connected to the lines on our camper. You can see right there. So you can see our siphon hose valve is shut off, and our freshwater tank, which is right here, this valve is open. So what we need to do is we need to shut that off so that it pulls from the antifreeze bottle and not from the freshwater tank. So freshwater tank valve off and the siphon hose on. And then what you'll do is you'll take your bottle of antifreeze. This is just your typical RV and marine antifreeze. These bottles here are all ready to go, so you don't have to mix them with water to dilute them. We have found with this camper, it takes about 3 gallons. So we'll take our siphon hose, stick it down inside of our bottle, and you'll find out how much your camper is going to take. This camper has a kitchen sink a bathroom sink, a shower, a toilet, and an outside shower. So it's got quite a few hoses. You can see them in there. So you just want to be sure that you're getting this pink antifreeze to be coming out of each one of those accessories inside. You don't want to run out, so make sure you buy more than enough. I would say 5 bottles would definitely get you through, but that'll be able to tell you every year how many bottles you need. Now we're inside our camper. You want to open up your access panel. Your access panel for your tanks, where your water pump is at, is typically on where all your gauges are for your gray, black, fresh, and your battery. So it's right here. So we'll go ahead and turn that on. Walk out here. See if our pump is working. We can hear that it's on. Starting to pump fluid. What we need to do is open up our tank, or open up our cold water until we start to see that pink fluid. You see that turn pink? Now we can shut it off. We'll do that with the hot. That's pink already. And we'll do that to every accessory in the camper. So it's clean water, and there's pink. Clean. And pink. And ever so often you do want to check that your bottle to be sure that you still got fluid in. It helps to have 2 people because a bottle can go fairly quick. So it looks like we still have a little bit left, so we can do a little bit more, and we'll watch that to make sure we don't run out. Don't forget to do the toilet. So we'll just flush again so we see that pink, and we'll shut it off. So you can see here, we just ran out of that bottle, and we were able to get the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, and the toilet done with like 3/4 of a bottle. So we got our bottle switched. Now we can go inside and do the shower, which is the furthest appliance away from the pump itself. So we can turn that on. Be sure not to spray it on yourself. So we got it on. Wait for it to turn pink. See there, it's pink. So we'll shut it off. Turn the hot water on. That's showing pink. Turn it off. Now it may not be a bad idea to go ahead and take some water and rinse this out, because it doesn't smell the greatest, but it'll definitely protect your camper. The other thing you want to keep in mind is this water with the antifreeze in it going down in here, you're going to want to pour a little bit of antifreeze in your shower and in each of your sinks, because what'll happen is you don't want any water to get caught in these traps. So you're going to want to dump a little bit of antifreeze down in there to be able to protect this from freezing over. So like I said, you want to take a little bit of the antifreeze and dump it down to fill up each of the P-traps, just so they don't freeze over. Your toilet is going to go straight down into your black tank typically, so you shouldn't have to worry about doing that. But definitely a sink or a shower, you're going to want to do that. The P-trap's there to stop any smells from coming from the tank itself back up into the camper. Then we'll want to come underneath our camper. This is one of the last steps that you're going to do. Our access point is right up there. You can see our hose sticking out still. So typically right underneath where the water pump's at, We have 2 low point hoses here. What this is going to do is it's going to drain out any residual water from here to the pump itself and from our city water connection. So we'll want to empty these. Mine are just twist off, so you can see it's draining there. Try not to get it on you. And you want to drain that until you see the pink liquid coming out. So you can see there, that one turned pink. And then we'll empty our other one too, until it also turns pink. So you can see it running down the hose. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. There you go. You can see they're both pink now. You should be able to smell it if you can't see it, but you should be able to see it with that bright pink color. So the last few things to keep in mind is that if you have any extra antifreeze, we had about 1/4 of a bottle left. What you can do is you can go ahead and dump it in your toilet and down your sink drains. What that does is it'll just put a little bit of antifreeze in your gray and your black water tank. Typically it's not a huge deal to worry about it because you are going to get a little bit of each when you actually go to drain your pipes or to siphon the antifreeze through the pipes. But the tanks below are big enough, so as long as they're empty, which you do want to make sure they're empty, they're big enough to where if a little bit of water is in there, it's not going to be a huge deal. But what you want to do is you want to go ahead and take all your hoses, make sure they're properly drained because you don't want it smelling up your camper. We'll go ahead and shut this valve back off, the siphon valve. And then we can turn our freshwater tank back on. We'll tuck this in. And you can replace, so for me, I had to take off this panel here and a panel on the other side, as you guys saw earlier. I'm not going to worry about it because when I go to de-winterize it for the season, then my panels are already off and we're good to go. But one thing I would like to point out is you can see all our tubes inside here are all a nice bright pink color, so that's definitely a good thing to know that we did the process correctly. Well guys, that's all there really is to it with winterizing your camper with antifreeze. There is another method of doing it, and that is blowing out your all the water tubes on the inside of your camper with compressed air. If you'd like to watch that video, we will also link that.